All right, hey guys, Aquatic Bobs here. So another video tonight. I wanted to touch on an issue that I've been having in my tank, but also talk about some cool things that I've been noticing. First of all, the issue first is cyano. Now, this is something that I think most people in the hobby have dealt with and probably even been pretty frustrated about. I know there's a few of you who have subscribed to the channel and watch my videos who have made comments about cyano struggles and how you just can't figure it out. You've had low nutrients, you've had high nutrients, you've changed your lighting, you've changed what you feed, you changed what you dose, you've had honey. You've changed what you've dosed. You've changed all these things. You've been patient. Your tank is established. I've gone through a similar struggle over the last few months, and I've just got tired. So the cyanobacteria is not like a killer of corals and a killer of your tank, but it sure is ugly, and it can be harmful to your corals, especially once it starts to grow over them and covers them out. And it just gets to be a really big eyesore, and I don't like it. I don't want it anymore. Two times I've dosed Chemiclean, and it cleared it up for like a day or two. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of adding chemicals to your tank, because for every positive side of adding something like that, there's always a negative and a flip side to it. So not only are you attacking the cyano, but you're also attacking other microorganisms and beneficial bacteria in your tank as well. So I decided to try, this isn't something that I think is talked about a lot, but I decided to try a natural approach. Yeah, Korallenzucht. I got the Zeobac. Boy, that's not focusing. Well, kind of. It really wants to focus on the tank behind it. Let's see if we can do this. There we go, Zeobac. For a healthy... That just happened. Okay, so we got it out of the tank. So, CyanoClean, special bacteria strain that outcompetes cyanobacteria. Daily dosing is required. It's basically like a beneficial bacteria strain that outcompetes cyanobacteria. That's about as much as I can explain to you. They got so many of these products, it's crazy. I also bought the Zeobac microorganism solution for a healthy, well-balanced, and efficient bacteria fauna. So corals can use the added microorganisms as a food source too, and it contains several bacterial strains that form a chain to reduce unwanted substances. Look at that. Cool. And coral snow. Now I know some people have heard of coral snow. There's two types of coral snow, and they're both a little bit different. This one is just the regular coral snow. It's not the coral snow plus. It's like a secondary biological facilitator for elements in your tank. It makes your water really cloudy. I dose about 5 milliliters of it to my tank every day. Makes your water really cloudy and bonds to different particles in your water, so it makes it really clear. After it filters out, it might make your skimmer over skim just a little bit. I haven't really had any issues with that, so I actually just leave my skimmer on. But with those three together, and I've only been using them for 3 days, I've already noticed a huge difference. This whole area here was covered in cyano. Not like covered, but all the sand was covered down here, like with a light coating, kind of like around the glass here. You can see over here, you can see a spot right here where it's already starting to die and disappear. These other spots around here are a little bit thicker still, but let's see if I can. So when the cyano dies, it kind of turns like a whitish color, and it just looks like dead algae. And that's how you know it's dead. And then eventually it gets blown into the tank and filtered out through your filtration. But it's already working 3 days into it, and it's not killing everything else in the tank. It's just providing beneficial bacteria to your tank that helps outcompete with the cyano. So I'm pretty excited about seeing how it goes over the next couple of weeks. It says that treatment can actually take up to 8 weeks in severe and extreme conditions. But overall, this tank is pretty healthy. So I'm thinking that it's just going to add some beneficial bacteria strains, help them reproduce, help them get built up, and provide them the nutrients that they need to grow and survive and multiply and thrive. And all the while kill out the cyano. So that's the bad thing, but there's also the positive side of it too, that I'm seeing results quickly. And that's the big thing in this hobby for all of us, is we all want to see results quickly. We all want to see things take a turn for the better right away. And a lot of us struggle with patience, especially with this hobby. So it's just cool to be able to see some quick results like that. Now, to talk about some of the good things that are going on, I've moved probably about 25 to 30 corals up to my dad's house, where we've set up our 300-gallon build. And all the corals up there are doing great. Even though the tank is about a month and a half old, the fish are doing great, the corals are doing great. And that tank is just really getting established quickly. One thing that I'm very glad that I did with that system is set up a UV sterilizer. It's a pretty big UV sterilizer, and it's helped prevent some of those early on nasty algae outbreaks. Like you could see the dinos and the cyano already growing up there, and they were gone like within 2 days. So yeah, I think we're off to a good start, but only time will tell, right? And every tank is different. Sometimes tanks go through multiple stages numerous times. Other times, some tanks don't really have any of those nuisance stages early on. But yeah, here we are, and we're doing good. So I've made a lot of room in this tank, and now I know it doesn't really look like it. I've spread the corals out a little bit. A lot of these were pretty much overlapping each other. So like these eclectus mushrooms, I've spread them all out now. But before, they looked like 2 or 3 giant mushrooms all bunched together. Same with this side over here. Man, this sand is really getting cleaned up quickly over here. I really love seeing that. But yeah, some of these are just looking so beautiful, so colorful. Got a really nice pop to it. Maybe I'll, in editing, I'll probably overlay some of the videos that I had taken from yesterday. But I'm so intrigued and I'm so in love with how coral exist, how they're an animal, how they have mouths, how they can eat, how they grow, how they reproduce, how they can be fragged and cut into pieces and regrow, and you can share them, you can sell them, you can start a business, you can give them away, you can I mean, it's so cool, it's so neat. I think the world is missing out on a very unique and potentially beneficial hobby. Like, this hobby actually helped kind of save my life. I shared that in like a story video that I did a few months ago. Just helped bring me out of addiction, drug addiction, and into coral addiction, replacing one addiction for another. But in the big picture, I've really learned to love this tank in a healthy way, love the hobby, love the people. And every day that I come home from work, I'm excited to look at the coral. I look at the tips of these Acropora. I come inside, I look at the tips of these guys, and I just try to measure how far they've grown. Like I put my eye level right to the edge of the tank here, and I put my forehead right to the edge of the tank here, so my eye level is right at like the water level. And then I look at the same spot in the tank. Sorry, I'm zoomed way in. I look at the same spot in the tank every day and see like how much the coral has grown. Now, obviously, some of these are very slow growers, but when you watch it every day and you're this much invested in it, it doesn't matter. You love every step of the way, every inch of progress, every millimeter of progress in this case. That's going to do it for this video tonight. Again, as always, I really appreciate everyone on this channel, your support, your encouragement, and just want to say happy reefing. We're almost to Thanksgiving. It's getting to be the holiday season, so it's kind of a cool time of year, exciting, fun to spend time with family and friends, and just kind of gives you a little bit more sentimental feeling. So yeah, I'm excited. Things are good. It's all about attitude in life, right? It's all about the way that you look at things, how much you choose to be thankful for what you have and appreciate what you have. There's people that I know that have very little in their tank and just absolutely love it. I've loved my tank every step of the way, even when I just had a little. Of course, I always wanted more, but I still knew how to be happy and thankful for what I had at the time. So anyways, guys, look forward to seeing you in the next video. Aquatic Bobs out!